Alright, hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be doing this look right here. I will be talking through it step by step. This is kind of the look that I'll do when I'm going out or going to work. Very just pretty focus on the skin, not too much color. A lot of mascara for lashes, very minimal sculpting on the brows, and then just a light contour on the nose. So if you guys want to see how to do this look, keep on watching. And then also, before I get into it, I just wanted to thank you all so much for being patient during this time. I know I haven't been uploading that much, but I'm going to, for the remainder of quarantine, try to at least get a video up a week. I've been very bad about being consistent, I know, but there's no excuse right now. So with that said, if you guys again want to see how to do this look or just want to hang out, keep on watching and I will see you in a little bit. Alright guys, so we have already primed and prepped the skin. I'm going to let that soak in before we go in with complexion products. You do want to let your skincare soak in for a couple minutes before you go right in with foundation, otherwise it can slip and slide. So while we're waiting for that to happen, I'm going to start on my eyes. And today I'm going to be starting off using the Urban Decay primer potion, just a little bit on both eyes. Don't need a lot. So once you have your primer on, you want to go in with a lighter shade just to make sure it's not too tacky and set everything in place. Think of your primer kind of like your foundation. You want to set it with powder before you go in with powders. Like things blend on like surfaces, so, or like similar textures with, you know what I mean. So I'm just taking the shade Tusk, and I'm using the Natasha Denona Biba palette today. So the first shade is Tusk right here, and I'm using the Mario and Sephora collection blending crease brush. So the next shade I'm going to take is Freckle, and that is this guy right here. It's a warmer kind of toasty cinnamon tone. It's not as red as like a cinnamon, but it's very warm. So I'm placing this on the outer corner, buffing that upwards. I'm not going for something super smoky today because I am actually going to go for a walk and then possibly go to the grocery store. So I don't want anything too like dramatic. I guess we could consider this like my everyday look if quarantine weren't happening, but I still kind of want to do a little something just so I feel better for myself. Then taking Prairie, which is this shade right here. It's a very warm toned like orange creamsicle shade. It reminds me a lot of Warm Peach from Anastasia. And then I'm going to take Tusk, the first shade we used, and just go above the crease again just to kind of soften that edge. This is a great trick if you ever apply a little too heavily like I did on the left side. So once I have that down, I'm going to take a flat brush, MAC 242. I'm going to take a little bit of Cocoa, which is the medium tone brown. Oops. And I'm going to take that on my MAC 242 and I'm just going to pat this right on the outer corner, bringing it up to the crease but not into it. And starting really close to the lash line, bring it right up to the crease. And then with a clean blending brush, this is a Morphe M224, I think. M433. I don't remember all the numbering for Morphe anymore. I haven't used the brushes in a while. So now that we have our nice smokiness, that shape created, we can go on to the face. So for face makeup today, I do want a little bit of lighter coverage. As you guys know if you've been following me for a while, I don't really wear foundation or concealer, but I want just a little bit. I'm getting some discoloration here. I have this guy that's just super stubborn, so I need something that has a little bit higher coverage than the Lancome, which is what I normally wear on a day-to-day. So I'm going to be taking the Givenchy Teint Couture Balm. I'm taking shade number 5, Nude Golden. I'm taking a little bit of the Teint Couture Nude, and I'm just going to dot this around the face. I usually use just a very small little kind of pea-sized dab of it on the back of my hand, and then I'll dot it around the face and then blend it in with my fingers. This formula, I've tried it every single which way possible, and I have found that hands are just the best way to use this formula. They did recently update the new Givenchy, so this is actually the old formula in the old packaging. The new one, that one actually works really well with pretty much any tool, but if you do have the original formula, you do definitely want to only use your hands. And it's just faster. I'm not a big brush person for complexion. I just don't have time for it, and I don't like cleaning foundation out of brushes. That's just no one's idea of a fun day. So I'm just gonna go in, blend this out. Yes, I could use the Blendiful, and I love it, but I have found there's just, I think I'm just stubborn and set in my ways, and when I was being taught makeup like a long time ago, when a lot of you guys who are my subscribers were probably growing up, we didn't have like beauty blenders, there weren't all these tools, so I was always taught with my hands. Whenever I was on set for a photo shoot, they usually use their hands on me. For minerals, we would always use our hands to apply skincare. We do that at Sephora as well. I just find for products like this, creams and whatnot, they just go on the best with your hands. Now that we have that, I am going to set the face. And to set the face, I'm going to be taking the Hourglass Veil Setting Powder in the loose formula. And I'm just going to lightly tap my brush in. And I mainly focus the bulk of the powder in the center of the face, where I tend to get shine. I don't really put a lot on the perimeter of my face, I'm actually quite dry. So I'm just lightly dusting that all over, tapping it in, and then I'm just going to do one final sweep. And you know you're done setting when you kind of glide over and you don't feel the brush dragging or picking up onto any moisture anymore. You don't want to bake if you're not going to be like performing or under hot lights or anything like that. It's just not necessary. So we are done with that step, and now we are going to bronze up. So for that I'm going to be taking a little bit of Hoola from Benefit. I just really like this tone lately. When I was living in Connecticut and I was like more actively swimming at the club and like near the pool, my tan would get very, very dark, so this bronzer never really worked for me back in Connecticut. Now that I'm in Colorado, I'm much more conscious about the fact that we are a mile closer to the sun, so you really can't just lay out forever. My tan definitely has not gotten as dark as it has, as it did when I was growing up. So this bronzer actually works perfectly for me now. It's a very nice light toasty tone, just going around the perimeter of the face just to add warmth. Okay, so now that we are done with bronzing, I'm going to go in and contour and sculpt the cheeks a little bit. Kevyn Sculpting Duo, duh. So I'm going to be taking that on a Sigma F40. I haven't used this brush in a long time. Remember you guys when Sigma was like the thing, when Jaclyn Hill was raving about them way back in the day? I do. So with contour, I'm starting right at the back of the ear and blending down. I'm doing this very quickly, but I'm actually picking my brush up every time I'm coming back. I'm not buffing. If you buff, you'll have a line. You want it to really nicely fade and then blend up for your finishing strokes. Start at the back of the ear, come down underneath the cheekbone, and then blend up. And then whatever is left on your brush, just go along the jaw if you need it. And then I'm going to go in and highlight. And for highlighter, you guys know I've just been obsessed with this formula. It is the Kylie Kylight in the shade Cheers Darling. So I'm taking just a little bit of that on the Anastasia highlight brush. And I'm going to go right in, right at the top of the cheekbone, and then blend it up a little bit. I don't like a blinding highlight, and I don't like seeing it when you're looking straight at somebody, so don't bring your highlight past the arch of your brow. There shouldn't be any highlight in this region of the face, so when you turn, then you see it. Highlight is honestly one of those stupid products because it's like something that other people are meant to see, not yourself. But yeah, so I'm just popping that right at the highest point of the cheekbone. Done. I'm not doing blush. You guys know I hate blush. My Cupid's bow. I'm going to take just a little bit down the bridge of the nose as well and on the tip. And this I use a very small, tiny little brush for that. Has a very nice flat edge. And I like highlighting before contouring my nose because this will allow me to kind of erase any of the highlight if I put too much on with the contour once I'm at that step. So I'm going to leave that as it is and then we'll go in and contour after. But now we're going to go finish up on the eyes and brows. So to finish up on the eyes, I'm just going to take a little bit of freckle and run that under the lower lash line on both sides. And then I'm taking Cocoa, the dark brown, placing that just on the outer corner on the lower lash line. If you were to divide your eye vertically in thirds, keeping it on the outer third, done. And now we can go in and fill in the brows. So you guys know brows, I hate doing them. It's my least favorite step in the makeup process. So I'm just going to breeze through this. I'm using the Hourglass Arch Micro. I'm just going to do the end and a little bit in the front. I don't really want to spend a ton of time here. So I'm just going a little bit in the front and at the back end. Just like that. And I'm happy with that. Like, I'm not going to do any more. Okay, they're not even, I don't really care, we're done with that. And now that the brows are done, now we can contour the nose. I like to do this step after the brows are done because then you can see where you've actually finished your brows. So I'm going to come right up to the brow to really reinforce that shape, connecting it, creating the illusion of a thinner start to your bridge. And this will make it look like your nose is more pointed than it is by going on the underside. Cool. Alright guys, and then last step, I'm just going to pop on some mascara. I'm going to use the Urban Decay Perversion today. And I'm just going to do a light coat. I don't want giant lashes. And also, I'm probably going to wash this off as soon as I get home from going to the grocery store. So I don't want to give myself any extra work in taking off my makeup. I love this mascara though. It's just quick, it's fast, it's very wet too, so it doesn't dry very quickly, so you have a lot of time to play. So pretty. And of course I always get some on my lid. That just, I can't do my makeup without that happening. I have learned, so just whatever. If that happens to you, leave it, don't touch it. Wait until it's fully dry and then it'll flake off. I don't like lower mascara very much. I mean, like, I like it on other people, but I don't really have any lower lashes, so I find it pointless on me. And then to finish the look, I'm just taking the Fenty Gel Twist Up Liner. It's not retractable. Sorry, I take that back. And then I'm just going right in the waterline. Alright guys, and that concludes this look. I hope you enjoyed. This is pretty much the makeup that I do every day when I go to work. I take that back. If anyone who works with me is watching this, you guys know I often don't wear any makeup. When I have time or when I'm not still awake from last night getting to work, this is what I will usually do. Or if I'm just going out, and if I'm going out for drinks or at X Bar or anything like that to hang out and have a fun night, I will do this same look, but I will use a little bit of a heavier cover foundation, and then I'll go a little bit heavier on the brows. But that's pretty much my daily look. Very easy, quick. When it's not being talked through, this takes me no more than 10-15 minutes. I really don't like spending a lot of time on it, and yeah. So thank you guys. I hope you all are staying safe during quarantine. Make sure if you have to leave your house, you're wearing your masks. Here in Colorado, they just started imposing fines. I saw someone get one the other day. So very serious to make sure we are not going outside without protection, because otherwise we're gonna have to do this for God knows how much fucking longer. And no one wants that. Thank you guys, and I hope you all again are staying safe. I will see you all in my next one, and until then, bye.